People come to the Carson Center because they're suffering in one way or another. It may be external circumstances, it may be internal circumstances. They're suffering, it may have something have happened to them in life that may have been born into life with something that's causing them to suffer. So they come to the Carson Center for help with the change that they will need to make their life happier. The thing about the Carson Center is that the people there, they're compassionate, they're non-judgmental, they have the skills, they have the know-how to help people in all kinds of circumstances get what they need to achieve their dreams.
I mean, change is scary. It can be a necessary evil, but as I've grown older, I've been able to embrace it better because change in my life has been essential to becoming the person I am today.
There will always be change happening around you. You have to be ready for change. You have to prepare to adapt and persevere, and you can't just stiffen up to it. Sometimes you have to bend with the wind.
Our life was very stressful. Darby was a lot of behavior. There were times we were not even able to really go outside because of the bolting that she used to do. We had safety issues. She's very impulsive.
I was a pretty carefree kid. I pretty much did, what every other child starts to do, and then everything changed around my teens. And I was hearing voices. I had panic attacks all the time. I had severe anxiety. I had endured quite a harsh level of abuse, and I knew this isn't how it was when I was a child.
There was a time when I didn't really laugh, I didn't really smile. I took things very seriously in high school, and my grandmother was there around, maybe it was my high school graduation party or sometime shortly before that. She said, "Jonathan, you never smile." Somebody had kind of given me a compliment or something like that. I didn't really believe it, and I didn't really react to it in a positive way. But yeah, there were years when I could hardly cry or have a lot of expression.
It took about 9 months for me to wake up, so I was in a coma for 9 months. I woke up 100% blind and with a traumatic brain injury.
I was going 90 miles an hour the wrong way on a Mass Pike, and I was airlifted from the scene. I spent 5 weeks at UMass Medical. Then I went to New England Rehab.
The door for window 45 feet up high, and then I died, and then I was in a coma for 6 months.
And the car flipped over 2 or 3 times, and I went through the windshield and landed into a big old parking lot at Municipal Hospital. All I remember is waking up into the hospital and in there for about a month, 2 months maybe, in a coma 2 weeks.
We made it to the top of the hill, but when we made it to the top of the hill, the car just shaked out, so it in the other lane. The tractor trailer hit the car. I was the last one to chase my mother alive.
Yelling at them, "Watch out for her, get her," and it was like, well, why go out at all if we're never gonna have any fun?
I think I realized I hit rock bottom when I realized not only could I not take a shower, I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't get through a day without paranoid feelings and feeling like I'm being watched or something's gonna kill me or something's gonna go wrong. I couldn't do average ordinary things like drive a car. I mean, I was so scared to leave the house, never mind get on the road with a million other drivers.
And the Carson Center came in about 2 or 3 years ago. And the supports that I've received personally, those supports for mom that I received were awesome.
The biggest thing that's opening up for me is just the thought of being happy. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't think I would ever be able to feel happy and secure and confident in my own skin.
I think the butterfly is a symbol of change for the new life. It doesn't come without the struggle. I guess mental health can be hard sometimes because people are very hands-off with us.
And even now, it's a struggle. Every single day, is a struggle at times. But over time, with the help, things did change. As long as you keep pursuing it, as long as you stay true to what you believe in.
When I got an acceptance letter to Mount Holyoke College, and I realized I'm going to be going to one of the top women's colleges in the country. I'm going to live on campus, and it's like, wow, I never thought this was possible. You know, even just 3 years ago, I was thinking I'm never even going to be able to leave the house.
Recovery is a possible thing if you believe in yourself, if you're able to say you're good enough, and reach out to get the help that you want. You don't have to believe everything bad people tell about yourself when you need to be getting the help you need.
There's a lot to be said about getting yourself in the right place for the resources and for the education, but sometimes the education comes in just the form of talking to another parent.
I do a lot now since I joined Carson Center.
I'm kind of coming more out now, like joining people and enjoying myself in life in general.
Can't get any better.
Really can't.
Be the best of whatever they do.
It's can be so much better. Like, if it's not where you want it to be, it can be better, and it does get better with significant effort, of course. And it's hard, but in the end, your happiness means everything.
And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. That's by Anais Nin, and she sums it up, what the challenge of change is. Change is hard. It takes risk. And yet, the irony is it's an inside job, and yet we need outside help to achieve it. And that's what the Carson Center is here for. We help people change every day.
Thank goodness I have all this help.
Walking out in the street light midnight, whispery winds catch me in the headlight. Talk about your life, I'd like to know. It's not easy going where no one goes, and no one knows. Do you have to be so distant? How can you be so unreal? What's the reason for hiding, and how does crying make you feel? I can see you're talking to me in riddles. Do what you want, I know where the wind blows. Talk about your life, I'd like to know. It's not easy going where no one goes, and no one knows. Do you have to be so distant? How can you be so unreal? What's the reason for hiding, and how does crying make you feel?